Welcome everybody to this week's episode of the Mountaineer podcast. I'm Ryan Sargent, joined by Mansfield basketball star freshman Erin Gibbons. Thanks for being here.
No problem.
All right, so to start out, your season just ended. Big season for you guys, going to the playoffs for the first time since 2008. What did that mean to you to be part of a new start for the women's basketball program here?
It felt really good, especially we had seniors who have been wanting to make a playoff run for the last 3 years that they were playing. I think it was really nice to be a part of that and be able to share that experience with them along with the other freshmen on the team.
Absolutely. So, what led you to Mansfield? What got you here? I've never been through the recruiting process personally. So, what got you to Mansfield and what attracted you here?
Well, it was really late in the recruiting process my senior year before I came here. I thought I already knew where I was going, but then it was towards the end of my season when Coach Witt contacted me and I came for a visit, and I knew as soon as I left here that I wanted to come here and play.
Did you kind of get the feeling that something special was kind of brewing once you got here?
I really liked Coach Witt, and I got to meet the team, and it felt really good being here.
All right. So last night's game versus Millersville, you put up a career high 18 and probably one of the biggest games you've played in. How do you perform like that in a playoff game? Does it just happen? Does it just pop up out of nowhere? What did you do to prepare for last night's game?
I just knew I really had to step up because it was a big game, and we knew, all of us coming in, that we could make history if we won this game. And I want to do it for our seniors too, because it would have been really nice to get the win, but to even make a playoff run was still an accomplishment.
So what can you guys do to get back there next year? What do you guys have to do to keep the level of play up going into next year?
Well, we're losing 4 key players to our team, but we also have a lot of experienced freshmen coming in, and I think we just need to work really hard during the off season and develop both our strengths and our weaknesses, and I think we'll make a run next year.
Yeah, I think that was one of the good parts about this year was there was a lot of, whether it was you or Paige Whitfield or Mia Leonard, got a lot of, Mia kind of got in there for some tough reasons with Brielle going down, but, I feel like that'll be a big thing for you guys next year. So heading into the off season, what are your goals? What are you going to do to make sure you come into next season ready to go?
Well, personally, I'm definitely going to look at this season and see where I need to improve.
Right.
And along with look at the team and see, okay, we're losing 4 players. How are we going to fill their shoes and make a run again and win some games?
Right. So what parts of your game do you think you have to improve this offseason? I mean, you had a phenomenal year by all accounts. I mean, averaging almost 10 points a game, shooting 32% from 3, which was kind of your staple. But what do you think you need to improve?
I think I need to open up my game a little more than just shooting threes, and I definitely want to get that percentage up there.
Right.
So that's probably my big thing this year, was just not just setting for 3-point shots and working on driving to the basket and pull-ups and other things.
Now, from the very limited time I've seen you play, you seem to have this nose to the grindstone, a really tough style of playing. Where does that come from? Where did you learn that from?
Well, I've just always been playing basketball since I was younger, and I'm a very competitive person. I like to win, whether it's the smallest thing. So I think being like that as a player, especially in college when it's very competitive and very tough, it really helped me throughout the whole season.
So if you could pick out a teammate, a coach, or anybody in your basketball career, even before Mansfield, that made the biggest impact on you as a player, who would that be and why?
I have a trainer back home. His name is Darnell Ford. He has his own facility where he trains everybody, and the player that I am, I definitely owe it all to him, because ever since I started playing elementary school, I've been training with him, and all the moves that I do, everything, it's all from him.
So he really built you up to who you are today.
Absolutely.
Do you kind of keep him in mind when you're on the floor?
Oh, definitely.
This is the way he'd want me to play, so I'm going to go out and do it.
Oh yeah, when I'm doing something wrong, I could hear him in my head telling me exactly what I'm doing wrong every time.
So what's the best story you have? You say you can hear him in your head. What's the best Darnell story that you have?
Well, he was also my AAU coach.
Okay.
And he coached along with another a female coach, and the one game she wasn't there, so it was all him. And he's not really a yeller. You wouldn't really perceive him as that way. And the one game, it was halftime. He just ripped into everybody. We had it was 2 or 3 years ago, and I've never seen him yell like that before.
Yeah.
And like that's when I knew he meant business. And sometimes people take him lightly because he's a funny guy and he doesn't really.
Yeah.
I'm always serious, but that was that like opened my eyes to what kind of like he means business.
Well, it motivates you now, so it's good that it happened.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of coaches, what's it like to play for Coach Witt and Kelly? I know them as from outside of being coaches, but what's it like to have them as a coach and a motivator for you?
It was really good coming in to like here at Mansfield, and they just made it really easy, and they're very easy to talk to, and they both know what they're talking about, and I think they complement each other with their coaching styles because like they're different. And I think with having Coach Witt as like the male coach, and then we have Coach Kelly who's obviously a female coach, and it just really like works together, both of them like coaching together, and we all felt like it was really easy. I think having them as like our coaches, like everything blended together with them.
They complement each other nice, like you said. Like one needs the other. Mm-hmm. So what are you going to Mansfield for school, and what are your career plans? I know you're early in the process here, and a lot of things can change, but as of right now...
Yeah, I originally was an ed major, but I just changed, so now I'm going for communications.
Awesome.
Not sure exactly what area I want to do yet, but definitely communication.
Sports information is pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as going back to your team, what senior will you miss the most out of the group that's graduating?
They're all four of them. They're very special. I think I was most close with Brielle because we roomed together. We went away, and she's a really good team leader. And she made it really easy for me as a freshman coming in. Like when I made the typical freshman mistakes, like she looked at me and said, "You're fine." Like especially as a point guard on the court, it was a little nerve-wracking playing with like 4 seniors, but her, along with all the other ones, made it really easy for me.
So can you pick out one moment from the season where Brielle really helped you, because we had her on in our very first episode here, and you can just get that vibe from her. She's a leader, she's confident, and she's also easy to get along with. So what, if you could pick out a moment maybe?
I remember our first game of the season, we were at IUP, and we were up by, I think we were up by 3 or 4 or something like that, and there was less than a minute left, and we're playing defense, and Brielle's girl gets the ball, and she goes to shoot, and I foul her. And we weren't supposed to foul, and I didn't mean to foul her, and I was freaking out, and I was like, we could lose, like, this is my fault, and you could just, like, see it on my face, and Brielle, like, talked to me and, like, calm me down because I just couldn't believe that I did it. And we ended up winning the game, so I felt better. And I think Mullins hit 2 free throws after that, so that also helped. But she really she always knew how to do that. And I think I could speak for like all the freshmen coming in being nervous, like having someone like Brielle as an upperclassman just like really helped like make it easy. And she always knew like what to say. Right.
And one of the characteristics I see that you share with her is confidence. Like when we had the privilege to watch you play, it's confidence. I'm not afraid to shoot. I'm not afraid to drive and get fouled. Where does that come from? Why are you not afraid to take the big shot? Because there's guys playing in major college basketball programs, on the women's side where they just can't do that. Like it's not something that everybody just has. Where did that come from for you?
The confidence like comes with the experience, and like I've been playing basketball for a really long time, and for me it's all about the team and it's all about the win.
Right.
And I know I was a freshman coming in, but I really wanted to help the team in all aspects, whether it was defense or offense or hitting threes or driving. And I think me having confidence really helps on the court and allows me to do those things to help my team.
So going to your team next season, if we could know about one player that maybe not a lot of people knew about this year that you think is going to have a big impact to go along with the impact that you're going to make, who would that be if you could pick out one person?
I would have to go with 2 people because they're both post players, Elena and Mia Leonard. Okay. They both stepped up when Brielle, like one of our key players in the post, got injured, and they both really stepped up. And I think I know they're going to work really hard this off season, and I think having both of them in the paint next year is really going to be an advantage for us.
Awesome. Who's your funniest teammate?
Probably Brielle again.
Brielle?
She laughs at herself. Like she's always, no matter what it is, she's always laughing. She always makes everybody laugh. Like, definitely Brielle.
So what's the best story you have that you could share on the podcast?
Brielle. So many stories. She just laughs and makes jokes out of like everything. Like there's so many stories that I could think of. Like she got injured. She would laugh about it and make jokes about it.
Yeah.
She's just one of those people that just lightens up a room and makes it easier.
Yeah. Making light of a tough situation.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
So you looked at these before the podcast, and you've had time to think them over. If you could only watch 3 movies for the rest of your life, the rest of them are cut out, what would they be?
Coach Carter.
Good
That's
one.
definitely my favorite movie.
Good pick.
Love and Basketball.
Yep.
Third one. Don't watch a lot of movies. I watch more of like
Netflix.
Yeah.
It's a solid 2 though.
Maybe like the SpongeBob movie.
Yes.
I love that movie.
Solid. I wish we could go more in depth on it, but that movie is phenomenal. It does not get enough credit. Drew's
it doesn't.
No.
It doesn't.
And so you're stuck on a desert island, and they tell you can only have one food. What's that food? You're stuck with it the rest of your life.
I would say potatoes.
Potatoes?
Because you can do a lot with it.
You can.
So, it works.
All right, so now we're going to go up to Decker Gymnasium, and Erin and I are going to put our shooting talents to the test. Don't forget to follow the Mountaineer Podcast on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Also, don't forget to follow our YouTube channel. And let's head on out.
Here we go.
Do one more. All right, welcome back, everybody. Erin and I are going to play Around the World, see if I have any shot to even come close to what she's going to do. We're going to start on the block and go all the way around. Erin, go ahead. All right. Yep. No, it should be able to get all. You can go for the elbow.
We voted for you on the podcast. Do I go back here? Do I start over?
You go to the elbow. We're not going to give it a chance. This is what we're talking about. Don't pull away on me too much here.
Where's the next spot?
Right there,
Center?
Yeah, half more for the win. don't make it the next 2 tries, we'll take it back to the 3.
Alright.
Alright, you can go first.
Wow.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner! I've never done that in my life. Holy cow.
Alright.
Alright. You definitely beat me. You had me beat way back.
Technically, based on the half court, this one won. But if we're talking about percentage of made shots,
Yeah, I'm out of here.
you're winner.
Now it's still impressive.
You're winner in Division II basketball player. I just want it on the record. I made a half-court shot. Nothing but can't believe that.
We couldn't make the easy ones.
Couldn't make
God
the easy
bless.
ones. All right, thank you everybody for tuning into this week's episode of the Mountaineer Podcast. Don't forget we have another episode this Friday, and might as well make the announcement now. We have softball coaches Angie Hunley and Edith Gallagher coming on, so don't miss that. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys next week.